Yo, guys, Fire here back from the video, and today we're going to be hopping into how to run the gun trips tight end offense in Madden 25. This is going to be a very good offense to run, and we're going to show you guys some of my favorite setups to dominate the game in Madden 25. So we're going to be in the New England Patriots offensive playbook. It's going to be one of the better offensive playbooks in the game. You have some good formations such as trips tight end, of course. You have the gun Y-off trips Pats. You have a gun bunch. Gun tight open, this formation is really good as well. So we have a lot of good options here. Now the audibles that I like are going to be curl flat, quick base, PA counter go, and PA slot corner. Some other plays I like are PA shot wheel. The others are okay. You have something like verticals. Verticals isn't bad at all. Switch Y in, that play could be decent as well. But and then you have an RPO alert bubble. But we're going to stick to mainly the stuff that we like, just so that the video is not super long. So we're going to start out in curl flat here. Curl flat, just a solid basic play for you guys. And with curl flat, first simple setup is going to be just to drag B. So we're just going to drag B over here. Now we do have a curl flat over there on the left side. Don't forget about that. Some people, I like to attack the outside of the field. If you are first trying to play this game, what I would recommend practicing is the outside of the field. If you can get good at throwing to the outside, then you can throw anywhere. It's easy to throw inside the numbers, but reading those defenders on the outside, if you can understand how they actually play, then you'll be that much better. So of course over here we have a simple drag angle route concept. So of course you would hit the drag, depending on, it just depends on kind of what he uses. So let's say he follows the drag heavy, then we could hit the angle route here in the middle of the field with Chase Brown. So you give yourself a couple options. Now, as far as the corner route and the curl route, you see they're defended really well. The hook curl actually goes over and defends the curl routes this year. Those hook curls are very solid. They play the seams, they play curl routes, they play a lot of zones, and they play a lot of routes that they didn't in years previous. So that's going to be our first setup out of curl flat. Now, to get creative, another setup we can do is just throw our slot receiver here on a drag, and then I also like maybe even going with a backside post. So we almost create double posts here. The other thing that we can do is motion over like a little almost out route. So we can motion over an out route like so. And this setup will be solid. We really want to hit X in the middle of the field if we can. That's going to be kind of our number one readout of this play. So again, the setup is post X, drag Y, and then with B. Could we leave him like this? We could. The setup would be a little bit weird though, just spacing wise. I don't love the spacing there. You see it becomes a lot more congested. We want to hit Jamar Chase when we run this play. So spacing, not great. Could you run the play like this? You could. You just keep the flat there. You have the drag. And then if you could hit him in the middle of the field, it's going to be probably a tougher throw. And you see that it is actually better when we do have the backside drag with Irwin over there. So it's going to be better to run it this way. Little out route over there. You could hit him on that pass, but this is how you open up the max space with Jamar Chase with the backside drag. So that setup is going to be good. As far as other setups for curl flat, let's say we wanted to leave A or try to hit B kind of in a deeper slot, we could go with like a backside flat with the tight end. Maybe that opens him up a little bit more. If we're just trying to open up T. Higgins, you could hit him in that window with a backside flat. Some other things that we could do, let's say maybe we go a little flat with the tight end. We just motion over Jamar Chase. We put him on a streak. And then we could even still go like over here. We could go curl route. We could go corner route. We could go even a deeper post with Irwin, or you could just go drag or out route. So you have a few options, but here we're just trying to open up B. So you give yourself a high-low read between T. Higgins on the post and the angle route. So overall, that is a solid setup to go to as well. Just giving yourself the most options possible is kind of what I'm a fan of. Let's go with A on a drag now. So again, you notice we like mixing these things up here. With Y, I might just throw him on a corner route. Let's clear him out a little bit. And then over here with X, we could just put him on a little clearing out streak. So you want to take advantage of motion out of trips tight end, because just with the stock setups you can get, I mean, look at this setup. It is just absolutely beautiful. And there's so much. This play is going to be so difficult to defend because those post routes will get over the top, especially with the streak over there. You have the drag that's going to pull down zones. And then obviously Irwin's going to clear out over there and Chase is going to do the thing. clearing out some space. So you could even hit T. Higgins on the sidelines, especially if he's rushing 3. You could actually roll out and run this play like this. We could throw Gesicki on a little out route if we wanted as well. So, I mean, just the options out of this play are really good. But let's hop into some other things. I'm going to go over the run here. So here we have halfback quick base. And with quick base, this is going to be my favorite run. You could go inside zone. You could go read option. You could go the RPO. The RPO is going to be good. I like that more for the red zone. But I like this quick base the best. Now, you're going to want to be patient. Obviously, personnel matters a lot. But exuding patience is going to be key. Patient running. Don't hold the right trigger when you get the ball. We're in the wrong play here. That was kind of crazy. But be patient. You don't have to hold the right trigger. Now, of course, the right guard being a little bit quicker is going to be kind of more ideal. In this case, he is really slow. But in most cases, if they're quick, it's going to be better. Even if you do go a little bit faster, you can still kind of read that block. Now that might have been a little bit quicker. And I mean, my lord, he does run super slow here. Now what would be ideal is T. Higgins actually blocking somebody. That would be ideal. You'd be surprised at some of the different things that can help in the run game. So even just doing some kind of motions, these weird motions, like even motioning to the opposite side, they sometimes help in the run game. Like you see now, T. Higgins picks up a block. And whereas before he's just kind of running in open space, now he picks up the safety, but you kind of want him to do something on the impact level. So that's going to be the quick base. Pretty simple there. Let's go into the PA counter go. Now, PA counter go is going to be dangerous. We try to hit T. Higgins. He's kind of the guy we like here. If we can hit him, if we could block A, that would be great. So we kind of want to hit him on that crossing route if we're able to. Now, we're going to do a few things with the crossing route, but that is going to be kind of just our first setup that I like. And that would be streak A, drag Y, and put X on a little backside post. So again, this is kind of the same concept that we ran out of curl flat. At least it's similar. We're actually going to keep the play action here because I do like this little PA counter play action. You can hit Jamar in the middle of the field there. That is going to be a good pass to throw. It makes it difficult as a user. Again, most guys will be super aggressive on coming down on the drag or lurking the crosser. This backside post is such a concept that you have to take advantage of if you're running trips tight end because it is just there all day. If you could hit, my God, we're getting shedded. Maybe the play action sucks. I don't know, but maybe just our offense. I mean, the Bengals offensive line is better. These tackles, they should be a lot better. Let's just try and block the running back and see if that helps. Now, we definitely don't want to freeform, but you guys can see that is open. Now, some other things we can do. We can go with a streak. We could even throw RB on a little flat over here as well and kind of run the same setup. Just keep the drag. We get the flat here. This is going to open him up quickly in that window right there. So that's even a little bit earlier than on the sidelines. It's closer to on the hash mark, or even on the numbers rather, not the hash mark. So that could be a good setup. You could even go flat, streak. I wouldn't hate leaving him on the backside post, and then if we wanted to, we could even motion Irwin over here, throw him on a backside drag. This setup would not be bad by any stretch of the imagination. Again, you see Jamar Chase, he's going to be open over there. He's not going to be as open with the drag coming from that one side, but he is still going to be open there. And let's say we want to do something else. We could motion Irwin over. We could keep him on the streak. Now maybe we drag Gesicki. We could go with the flat route. So, we could even just run it like this. Backside post, we still like that. I mean, these setups are just simple and easy. You can hit the running back in the flats. We picked up 8 yards there. I mean, you guys can just see these creative juices flowing, and we're running almost different setups in every single play. Just absolute money. Now, one thing I also like is going with the tight end post on the back end. This is where things can get super creative. We can go with something kind of like this. This stock, not a bad setup at all. Little backside drag action. We could even motion over Irwin, throw him on a drag to the other side. So, I mean, you guys see how creative you can really get. And you can hit the tight end over the top, and look how much space we get over there. So really, when we run that setup, we're trying to hit the tight end. We're not really trying to hit the crosser as much. He's more so for distraction. So again, we could go with this setup with the drag going from the back end. We could still hit Gesicki in this window. So it just depends. Bobby Wagner's more on the right when we incorporate motion. He's more staying home on the left when we don't. Either way, the setups are both wide open. So again, post over there. If we wanted to, we could even motion over Jamar Chase. Let's throw him on the streak. Maybe we go backside drag. We still go flat. I mean, we could go this. We could even go a little quick out route. You guys know I love these quick outs. So if we ran a setup like this is going to open up the tight end again, almost deeper there. So, I mean, you guys can just see the creative juices flowing, and these setups are going to be money. Anyways, next play is going to be PA slot corner. This is a setup where I like the option to hit T. Higgins. Now, I like throwing him on the manual corner out a little bit better than the stock one, and he tends to get a little bit more open over there. You could leave him on the stock one. Corner outs are tough this year. I will be honest. They're tough to hit this year. You have to be smart about it. Like, let's say we streak Jamar Chase and we keep everything the same. Now it looks a little bit more open. So you just have to be smart about the way you do it. This play is going to be good. Now, it's not as good in years past because we can really hot route to any of these things. Like if we wanted to hit Irwin, he's on such a shallow post that he's not getting over the top of anything. You would have to smart route him, get him deeper. And then you could do some cool stuff. So then we could go with maybe T. Higgins over here on a drag. We know the drags open up the backside posts. We could go flat, or we could even go... The bummer is that we can't go angle route stock. So that's why we like actually having the angle route. So what do you do with Chase here? You could go streak just on the left side. I would probably motion him over and go streak if I'm running a setup like this, which is a super heavy mesh setup. You could even go hitch with T. Higgins if you like that spacing. I'll just leave him on the drag here. This is going to open up Gesicki potentially. That's going to be a tougher throw. Maybe if you're on the wide side, that pass gets open. So again, and I won't have too many setups for this play just because it isn't as good as it once was, but it's still something that we can talk about. So we can even create a little mismatch here with a little out route to the left just to get a little mesh concept going. And again, you see he gets over the top well. Doing that brings those linebackers down. You could highball that. Again, Irwin would be a better receiver if you're playing ideally. I don't even know why I have him in. I could probably have a better player there. No disrespect to him, but you could. If you want to, again, go backside post, maybe we try and still open up the corner out. So with the corner out, let's try and open up the corner out. So what's the best way to open up the corner out? We could try it from the short side of the field just to see if things play differently, which they definitely can. I think this would probably open up this setup a little bit better. So if we just ran this setup, I think that would maybe open them up more. It didn't really look like it actually did. The outside thirds, they play good this year, man. These aren't even shades to the outside, so maybe the corner outs just aren't the move. I mean, you see, they're just tough to hit. Like, if we even ran just a normal deep corner out setup, like trying to open up, the receivers run the streak so stupid that it just makes it tough. And I mean, look at Bobby Wagner just on a normal hook curl, play the corner outs completely to the sidelines, just on a stock defense. I mean, this is why you want to kind of hit the middle of the field and you want to kind of throw underneath if you're going to the outside or go like crossers, because the corner outs, they're just super tough to hit realistically. So let's hop into a next set of plays here. Now with our next set of plays, we have some other things that we like. We're going to go with PA shot wheel. And again, the plays with the stock corner outs become more valuable because unlike in college football, you can't hot route to the crossers with every single player. So we liked that route, or that play rather. Other play I want to show is probably the RPO alert bubble. Let's show that. What else do we like? I don't really know that I love any other posts in this or any other plays. And we're only really we like verticals. Excuse me. And I don't love verticals. Verticals is good, but it's not the greatest play. I won't call it all game long, I'll tell you that much. But here we got PA shot wheel. Now what do we like here? We like this crossing route. Now do we love him? I don't love him. it's fair to say that you don't love him. Default setup that could be good is this setup. We go heavy underneath. We try to open up Irwin over the top. I was expecting that kind of play down a little bit. If he's not going to play down, that's going to be tougher to do. We could go streak. Maybe that gets him to play down a little bit more. So this is going to be a situation where you're going to hit him over the top. So you probably will want that streak. Now, if we do have the streak there, we need some kind of thing on the back end. So I wouldn't hate going double streaks. Maybe a backside flat and then a backside drag. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the user. He's going to either have to take the crosser or the drag, or you just straight up snap the ball, check it down to the underneath route. So I don't love necessarily the way they ran that because it makes it a little bit easier to user. So let's say we want a slower route to come out on the back end. We could just go backside in route. This is going to be a little bit of a slower option. And over here with T. Higgins, if he's just on a useless streak over here, feel free to just motion him across and put him on like a curl. This is not a bad concept at all, having a curl there, because what does that do? That opens up RB. And it looked like Chase ran that route super bad. See, I just hate when they get jammed, because take a look over here on the left. They ran this badly. Like the in route, he gets jammed and then he gets pushed up field because he's supposed to be coming underneath. Look at the user. It's just so easy to user both routes. Now we obviously got rid of the ball, but ideally you want him to do that. Now, I think one thing we could try is actually doing a little quick motion. Like if we motion him and then we snap him, he's going to kind of run up field a little bit deeper. So this is a good way to get almost a delayed crosser. Now, again, here, even then, I don't love the way that these guys are necessarily spaced in the beginning, but if you can get the protection and the time, like right here, he can, of course, user both routes. But later in the play, he's going to have to kind of pick a route. Does he cover the drag? And again, Chase, he's getting bumped. He's running this drag so deep. I don't know why they run the drags that deep. I want my drag to be on the line of scrimmage, personally. But here, this is a good gap. You can't really user both these routes. So he's either going to have to come super far underneath, or he just has to pick a defender. So that's something we could do. Again, we could go with some kind of a backside post with Jamar. Even if we go drag, streak, you can keep the play action. Now, again, these guys kind of get bumped. This is a good way to open up Jamar. So let's say we went backside post, slant, streak. We went slant. We could do this. We could even go with a drag on the back end, or we could go flat. This is just a really simple concept. And look how better. This is almost a decent cover 3 beater for a touchdown. But look at how much better that slant was than the drags and in routes. The slant is just a step and cut, which is what you want. So again, if we go something like this, you could even go boom. If we wanted to, could we go backside post with him? Yes. Is this the best setup in the world? Not necessarily, just because of the chaos kind of in the middle of the field. But I mean, if you're running this play stock, could you go the backside post route? You could. Now this is way too much in the middle of the field, so we're just going to motion over a streak. Sometimes when there's just too much going on, motion over a streak. You could even go quick out route over here. I mean, just these simple routes. A lot of the times, just these simple setups are going to be better than some of those complicated crossing and deep backside. The simple routes work better, generally speaking. Let's go to the RPO alert bubble. So it's not as good. You guys kind of know why. The handoff, it just takes too long. Years past, it was good because of how fast it was. But it can also be a good thing, being able to wait that long, especially if he's playing the pass heavy with his user. You'd be surprised. Sometimes with this run, it can open up, and it allows for patient running as well, because sometimes those linebackers don't crash down immediately. Reason being is because there's a passing threat. So you can almost create patient running in situations. It just depends. Of course, you would hope that he's using one of those linebackers. That would really open things up. But very good red zone play, good short yardage play, very good 2nd and 2 play. Anyways, our last setup is going to be verticals. Now, verticals, I like a few things. Now, typically against cover 3, this seam route would be good. I want you to see how not good that is. Now, do we hit it there? Yes, but with a good click on and a safety in that position, that's an interception. So you can't even throw the seam routes really. Like, even if we put them on a regular streak, is it open? I mean, it's just a tough throw. Like, look at the safety. Now, could the safety come from the right? Is it better? Yes, but even then, it's not great. So, what do we like out of verticals? Generally speaking, I like T. Higgins' route. If we can hit him over the top, that's going to be ideal. Now, of course, you got to get him open. How do we like getting him open? You could go with a backside drag once again. We could still keep the flat. We could even have a backside post still with T. Higgins' route because he's just a little in the middle of the field. So this now opens him up in that window. So that is kind of what you want to do it. Again, what do a lot of these setups have? They have a backside post. And even if you wanted to, like, feel more than free to do something like this. You could even motion him over and incorporate some plays with backside posts, like if we wanted to. Like if we wanted to go back to the corner out setup, I mean, would this setup be bad? The setup would not be bad at all. Like even just putting A on a little in route or even a drag, the setup would not be bad at all. And we're just kind of labbing on the fly. This is an all hot route setup, but I mean, just get creative with it. That's a really good way to get creative. A lot of people in trips, when you run trips, they're always expecting everything to be going left to right, especially if your trip's on the left. So that's a good way to actually get the mesh going the opposite direction. And it's just a creative play design. I do love this quick little setup between these routes. So this would be just a really good quick snap setup, drag. These guys, they have really good spacing stock with this shorter corner route and this little flat. Normally, it's going to do a good job of just opening up that flat for a little bit of space. You're not really going to hit the tight end, but he's more there just to open things up for yourselves. Again, we have this route open, on every single play, and we've just picked up 15 yards. So if the drag is open, throw it. Anyways, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below. And again, if you guys want more trips, tight end setups, we have a little bit more inspiration in the college football videos. I dropped a trips video, I dropped a Alabama ebook, I dropped an Oklahoma State ebook, tons of trip setups in all those videos. So if you want even more trip setups, check those out. But these were really almost all different from those. So I hope you guys did enjoy. And once again, subscribe to the channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and peace. I'm out of here.